So we're live here. Okay. We got that thing running in the background. Okay, so I'm starting the live a little early because I'm here up here at Del Congos, and as you can see, the whale tail is visible out there. I think you can see it, but the the clouds come in and out, so it's not always. I'm taking advantage of this time because I don't know if in an hour that if the clouds are going to come back in, but you can actually see Cano Island right here very clearly. I mean, it's the webcam, so it's not going to be a really great. Okay, yeah, I'm not this. I haven't done a live in a really long time. It's been I did a live a little like maybe a couple months ago, but I haven't done lives consistently for a while. So I'm doing some practicing here. Okay, so I'm monitoring with. This doesn't count because we're not supposed to be live for another hour or so. But as you can see out there, there's a little bit of a delay. So that's a whale tail out there. So we're up here at Del Congos, here in Uvita. I'm just going to let you check out the view for a little while because it's pretty awesome up here. Another great thing too, Del has Wi-Fi that covers all three houses here. There's three houses here, and Del's letting me stay here to do some video. You're gonna let me do a live stream from here. Let me flip this around just to, even though I'm not as an attractive view as the whale tail, I'll flip it around. So yeah, Del is letting me stay here, up here at Del Congo, which Del Congo, it's a large piece of property up here. It's on the mountain looking down, and I've had Adrian is the property manager here. He keeps things running, and he said, "Well, which house do you want?" And I live in a little shoebox down in Uvita, and hey, is the audio coming out okay there? Just checking. But anyway, I live in a little shoebox down in Uvita. A little, basically a studio apartment, and it's really small. All my stuff's cluttered. So here I've got like the choice of three house here up at Del Congos with a beautiful view, very refreshing air. And I'm out looking right now. I see Cano Island, which is on my bucket list. I want to get out to Cano Island to do a video out there for you. And I know a lot of my clients have already been there, but it's that and Corcovado. Corcovado, I can see that in the other way. You can see that from the other house. So I may do another video. I may do another video tomorrow morning from the other house, maybe. But the whale tail is at low tide today was around 5 o'clock, I think, 5 o'clock in the morning. But let me just, this live isn't supposed to be going for another hour or so, but I was like, I got here early and the view was great. So I'm watching the whale boats cruising out through the national park down there. It's an interesting view, especially when you're used to where I am down in, I mean, I love my place. I love my landlord, and I love being so close to all the action down in Uvita, but sometimes it's really nice to get away from it. It's like total tranquilo aquí. So let me just see what's going on here. We go to the comments. Okay. So we got Chris from California. Buenos dias from California. Well, dreaming of Costa Rica. Well, isn't that song California Dreaming? So I'll have to change that to, I'm not gonna sing. I almost did it. Costa Rica dreaming on such a winter's day. But it's funny, like, speaking of winter, this isn't the official video, so I'm just gonna blab about stuff. But anyway, like people in the States, in North America, have, your spring, summer, fall, and winter. And it's a lot different here. They call the time, like, when it rains, that's winter. So it's kind of winter now. So, like, summer for here in Costa Rica is end of December, like into January, February, March. That's kind of summer because that's when there's more sunshine. It's warmer. There's not much rain during that time period usually. So it's a little bit different. Yeah, that song "California Dreaming" by the Mamas and the Papas. I'll have to have the Costa Rica version. I think I did have that song with changed lyrics in my mind at one point when I was in New York State, upstate New York, and it was really cold, and I just wanted to get away from it all and go to Costa Rica. Finally did. Now I'm here, and I'm up at Del Congos, and what I'm going to do. So Del Congos is a cool place, and let me just see if you're. Dang, there's not. No, no, everybody likes classic rock. It's like I'm 25 years old with several years experience, and I still like classic rock. So it's funny. Music is funny like that. Anyway, so if you're watching, let me know where you're tuning in from. And even though we're not officially on for another hour or so, it's just I can see the fog starting to come back in. It's really cool up here because the weather changes so quickly. But I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure what the weather forecast is for today because here in Costa Rica, there really isn't such a thing as a weather forecast. Although my friend Senior Don will disagree. Senior Don. He's from Canada. He lives here in Costa Rica, and he's a weather nerd. He's always got the Doppler and showing me the different tropical waves moving in. But a lot of people, when they come here, they'll have the weather app, and they'll see all the clouds on the weather app, and they're like, "Oh man, it's going to rain my whole trip." But that's usually not the case. Usually, a typical day is, even in the rainy season, like in the morning, it might sprinkle or something, but it usually doesn't start raining until the afternoon if it does rain. Eduardo, or can we call you Edu? That's what some of my Costa Rican friends call me, Edu. I like that. But I'm actually Edward, as my Irish grandfather used to say, Edward. But yeah, I have friends that call me Edu. I think that's cool. All right, thanks for tuning in, Chris. I appreciate it on this informal opening video before the actual video. So where's anybody watching from? I'm gonna flip this back out before the clouds come in again. But where's that? Maybe I'll do a little walk around. I can do a walk around here. You know what? I don't have my coffee. I used to. I don't know if any of you are fans of Sarah Elena. She has a moving and relocation company, but I was fans of her videos. Her and the late Michael Allen. They were the two video channels I watched the most. And Sarah used to do this thing where she would just do a live from her place in Costa Rica, and sometimes she'd just leave the laptop running, and the birds would be singing, and you just get a little bit of that Costa Rica vibe. So I see that what I'm going to do for this particular moment in time, I'm just going to walk you around here. Here at this is one of the houses here at Del Congos. I used to call it Del's Congo, but it's Del Congos. Try not to drop my laptop in the pool. I just love the sound of the waves. So that's the view here at Del Congos, and the caretaker, the guy that runs the place, Adrian, he's saying, "Well, which house do you want?" Because right now there's 3 houses here, and you can rent these, and they're actually open now. So if you want to rent one of the houses here at Del Congos on your Uvita vacation, get a hold of me, and we'll set you up. Del's a great guy. I think he's in Wisconsin at the moment, but he's letting me hang out and take one of his beautiful houses for the night. Maybe I'll turn this into 2 nights, because I'm kind of liking it up here. Maybe I'll end up being a squatter up here, and we'll have to kind of throw me out bodily. And that's Whale Rock over there, and beyond that's Corcovado, and Keno Island's behind the fog at the moment. Yeah, I'm not going to try to. I was going to walk along the rail here, but so this is just one of the houses here at Del Congos, and I'll show you the other 2. Maybe not. I'm thinking of doing another video tomorrow morning and try to hit it just at low tide. Even though you can make out the whale tail, though they're pretty good. It's not completely low tide. He's got some beautiful flowers planted here, a lot of beautiful things. I know most people are probably going to be watching this on video replay, and if you are, I welcome you to the video. I haven't done my spiel yet. I'll do this several times here. Tell you, my name is Ed. I make videos about Costa Rica and my life here in Costa Rica. And if you're part of the Good Vibe tribe, you already know that. And you know, there's been a lot of people I haven't heard from in a long time. So I used to, when I did the lives, I used to do a live every Thursday at the Don Roger restaurant, and I haven't been doing those. And also the Don Roger restaurant has changed. It's under new ownership, and they don't do breakfast yet. It's called Uvita La Perdida, and I did a video about that. It's a really nice restaurant. They actually have remodeled it, and they did a great job, but they just don't have breakfast there, which is my go-to meal. I should have brought my Crocs so I could slip my shoes in and off, on and off, in and off. So I'm used to, I live down in Uvita. This is still Uvita, but I live down in Uvita Central, and I live in a little shoebox kind of size house. But here at Del Congos, it's a little bit different. I'm checking out and seeing how the other half lives here. Let me get this way so we don't have so much glare here. There's some beautiful, beautiful art in here. And Del collects Baruca masks, Baruca art. So he's got some really cool things here. A lot of cool things here. I think he may even have some masks that were used in the dance of the Diablitos, which is, I've got a video on that. That takes place in Baruca. It's like a 3-day festival, like at the first of the year. It's really a fascinating experience. I highly recommend it. And I've got friends in Baruca, and it was like an immediate thing. I just went to Baruca. I went to the festival, and now I've got all these lifetime friends. So it's really cool. I'm going to do a separate video on this. This is Del Congos, and this can be rented. I should have I should put the link in the description at some point, or you can get a hold of me about it. So yeah, I'm living somebody else's life at this particular moment in time. I got this complete Wi-Fi everywhere, and this wonderful Baruca art. It's really fantastic. And this is just one of the houses here at Del Congos. It makes me wish I was a little bit more successful so I could have a place like this. I used to make fun of people that lived up on the mountain and had the fancy houses. But you know what? It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. So there's an upper balcony here because the fog is starting to come in. So at least we've captured some of the essence of the view here. Because this time of year, the fog comes and goes. Like if you come here in January, February, March, it's usually nothing there. But I mean, it passes by. It'll be fogged out for a little bit, and then the fog comes in, and you just have to pay attention and go, oh, okay, we can see it now. As they say, variety is the spice of life, and a variety of view. It's almost like it's a television. You can just the channel will change. Oh, I haven't even been up here yet. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do a separate video in here. So that's pretty cool. I'm afraid to put what's in here. This is still like a little wider room. So this would be a cool place for a stay here. I may not want to leave, maybe. Wow. The lighting in here is amazing. And just the sound of the ocean. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read the comments there. But if I'm going to do the comments when I get. Oh, look at there's a Kawadi. I don't know if you can see the Kawadi down there. Hey, Mr. Kawadi, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está, Mai? Can you see the Kawadi digging in the dirt? Only in Costa Rica. Hey, Mai, ¿cómo está? You hear the background. The road to get up here is pretty steep, so you'll hear vehicles coming up, usually motorcycles. So the Coadis, they really like to dig because that's where they find their food. Did you see the Coadis? I can't tell if you could see it or not. I would like to hook my Nikon up to this, but yeah, this is kind of mind blowing up here. So if you have a big group, this would be the ultimate place because it's I don't know what you'd call it. It's kind of like you could call it a compound, but it's too kind of fancy to be a compound. It's more like a, I don't know what you call it. This would be cool if I own this place, and then I could have people like tours come. You could do the Uvita Day Adventure and stay up here, like in one of the buildings. I don't know if my friend Nakwadi is going to be out here when I get down here. Quade Monde. Mr. Quadi. Mr. Quadi. I'll set the laptop here. Let's see what happens. Set it down at the end of the sidewalk. So I don't know what happened, if we lost connection or what. So I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm still connected because the feed that I'm seeing here isn't showing up. Let me just see. Start from scratch. So I don't know if you guys saw the. You guys saw the. Okay. Yeah, my iPad, which I was monitoring with, wasn't keeping up. But I think we saw the Kuwati. Yeah, you can see the Kuwati. I don't know. Just let me get down here. Let's watch this from Dallas, former New Yorker from Long Island, also owned properties just south of Uvita. Okay. Yeah, gotta live on Tico time sometimes. Yeah, I gotta get back to Dominical. It's a nice place. Nice place to visit. I love the what they have the little Dominical's not that far away, but I don't really get there that often. But they've got the like the kind of like the crafters area, which is a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm on a lot of sync because I thought that the live was messed up, but it wasn't. Anyway, I'm on a lot of sync because I'm listening to myself. I know, but we're not officially on until another 40 minutes. That's when the official time is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but yeah, seems like a nice place by your description. Oh, so we've got a view again. Cool. Probably better than me talking. We're going to have the view out there. And now, let me see, when out of here, it makes it work better. Clear out of the way, it doesn't mess the meter up. Missing some of the comments here. Came in too fast. Sebastian. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And part of the old crew that used to be at watching from Don Roger. I was mentioning before the Don Roger restaurant is now Uvita La Perdida, a new place. It's really nice. But I'm bummed out because they don't have breakfast there. Yeah, I've got a wireless mic, and I actually, at one point, I was hooking up my wireless mic, and I had my Nikon hooked up to the camera, but it was fraught with technical difficulties. I might try that tomorrow. I may do another video tomorrow morning because I'm trying to get back in the swing of doing live streams. I'm trying to, yeah, I was on my laptop trying to click on something on my laptop thinking I'm going to change things, or on my iPad. That's a beautiful time of year. Every time of year is beautiful here, but yeah, so I like September. So yeah, we're talking about like the different equipment, and I can also use my my cell phone, my iPhone for a camera. But yeah, I'm just trying to get back into the feel of doing the live again. It would have been cool to have my my 35 millimeter on my 35 millimeter camera when the Quaddy was out there. That was an unexpected guest on the live. Yeah, so up here at Del Congos, this is just one of 3 houses that there are here, and I'm the only person here. So it's a little bit of a change for me because I live in a little shoebox size apartment in Uvita with an upstairs neighbor and a neighbor next door. And there's actually a house being built in back, so there's a lot of the workers going back and forth past the house, and trucks going back and forth by the house, delivering stuff from the hardware store, motorcycles going up and down. So it's nice to have a little tranquility here. You can see Corcovado out in the far distance, and you can see Cano Island. That's a little island that you can see there. So a lot of people, when they come to Costa Rica, they think, "Oh, it'd be really cool to live on the beach or close to the beach." Yeah, and I guess some ways it would be, but the reality is, a place like this up the mountain a little bit, it's so much nicer as far as the comfort level. You don't even need an air conditioner up here. And the nights and early mornings are actually a little chilly. The only thing is, you need to live up. Usually, to live up here, you need a decent 4-wheel drive vehicle, which most people in Costa Rica do have a decent 4-wheel drive vehicle. Yeah, I may try hooking up my Nikon tomorrow. So let me just check in here. Yeah, he was pretty cool. He didn't seem to mind me much. He was busy eating, digging. He digs it, man. Yeah, I remember that tip. As long as you don't get somebody that hates that team, you'll be all set. Supposedly, we've got internet connectivity all throughout, so I'd be able to walk around the compound, walk around the estate. So, if you're just tuning in, where are you from, and how's the weather where you are? That's more fun to do. For me, I love it saying that, like like around like December, January. I'll ask people that are watching, "How's the weather where you are?" And it'll be like, they're dealing with ice and snow. But now everybody's dealing with more heat heat issues for a lot of people. A lot of people dealing with issues from the smoke from the wildfires and things. So we've got some vultures out there making the rounds. So it looks like the sun wants to break through there. Last week when they had the earthquake in Russia, there were warnings for tidal waves. So the beach was closed for one day last week because of the warnings. You never really know what's going to happen with one of those things, so that it's better to err on the side of caution. So that, I mean, that day there was the even the national park wouldn't let you in. They were just closed. So we've got a little bit of weather, sunshine in the Pacific Northwest. Perfect day, but could use a day or two of Seattle rain to clean up the dust that's settled. 76 degrees. That's pretty comfortable temperature. 23 degrees in the Canary Islands. But those clouds always fascinate me. They come in, they come out. It's a good time lapse subject. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to do. I'm supposed to stay one day here. Maybe I could make it into two. I don't know. But this is a place that you can rent this place. One of the three houses here. I was thinking this would be a great place if you were on a trip with your family and maybe not everybody got along that great, but you still wanted to hang out together a little bit. So like one family could be in one house, one family could be in another house, and like maybe the third house would be where everybody gets together. That's kind of a nice luxury to have. This is really a nice place because they have a lot of land with this. There's even like some little nature trails here. But there's these houses aren't like right next to each other either. They're spread out. It's kind of a unique situation like that, and you can be together but still have your privacy. I think that would be the ultimate for a lot of families because we all need our space. Even if you had some rowdy kids, you could put them in one house and have the mellow adults in the other house. In just a bit, I'm gonna take a test to see how good the Wi-Fi actually is, to see if it actually will be able to go up to the other house. Kind of taking a chance. I don't want to mess up the live stream, but give it a shot. I usually don't start my lives like an hour and 20 minutes early, but since we're up here, it seemed like the thing to do. Yeah, this is available. I'm not sure what the terms would be. I know that you could rent it. You could probably. It's on Airbnb and or it's on some of those platforms. So there may be um, it might be reserved for other times. I'm not sure. You'd have to check with Dell. But knowing Dell, you could probably come up with a some kind of a longer term rental if you could. If you didn't have it rented out, that would be the thing. I don't know. I actually should have. That would have been a good question for me to ask him before I did this. It's beautiful out there. It would probably be easier if you wanted to do a long term, like in the off season. The temptation when you come up here, like I come up, I wanted to shoot a lot of video. The temptation is just to sit here and look at the view. Well, I got the laptop pointed at it. You know, the laptop camera isn't really the best way to zoom in on anything, but you can kind of get the feel for things. You see some of the tour boats coming in, and they're seeing a lot of whales right now. This is a good time to come and see the whales. And if you're coming to see the whales, make sure you book your tour with me because it helps me out, it helps you out, and it helps the tour operators out. But I'll get to that more when I get into the official 11 o'clock show. The 11 o'clock show. I'm probably going to lose everybody from, just me jabbering on here. But I think the view is enough to keep people watching if you love Costa Rica. I've been thinking of doing some live streams at just some of the local businesses just to show you what Uvita is like and meet some of the people. But right here, there's a nice hammock right over here that's very tempting. Look at this thing. Can you see the hammock? Yeah, there's the hammock right there. There's the hammock. I haven't sat in a hammock in a long time. Maybe I should sit in a hammock. So that's Adrian on the ATV. He's the one that runs this place. Let me check out this hammock. Here I go. Whoa. I'm not very good at this. I probably should practice this more. I need to practice my hammock sitting. Uh, I like hammocks, but I have a hard time sitting still. I mean, I do like to do stuff. So and a lot of people think that the ultimate life would be to sit on the beach with your feet up with a cocktail. And I don't know, maybe some people could be happy with that, but that's not really something that would make me super happy. I get bored really fast doing that. I'm seeing some blue sky out there, but there's some little puffy clouds there. Taking a little stroll past the mountain. So this place here, the Del Congo, is up the Bihuco Road, and that's one of the places that you drive on when you go with the Jungle ATV tour. And that's a fun way to drive on these roads. I've got an older car, so I'm not a fan of driving on the bumpier roads. I try to, drive slow when I'm on the mountain roads. But when you're on the ATV, it's just a big adventure and a blast. So I scheduled this for 11 a.m. Costa Rica time, and I started it really early. So I don't know how that affects notifications and things. I think the notifications get sent out as soon as I go live. But at 10:55, I'll start doing what I did. I've got banners to talk about a lot of the different things that are going on here in Uvita, and with me, just little tidbits. Kind of, I call them show notes. It sounds kind of professional. So if you're just tuning in, this is Costa Rica Story live from Del Congo. And Del Congo is a cool place up here in the mountain. It's owned by my friend Del, and Congo is not his real last name. And there's 3 houses here, and I've got the run of the place right now because there's nobody here, and it's rentable. You can rent this. And Sebastian was asking about the rental periods, and I'll get more information from Del on that. But this is a cool place. You see a lot of wildlife here. We saw the coati here just a minute ago, earlier in the video. Yeah, it's a different lifestyle for me. My life in Costa Rica, in my house, it sometimes it's kind of peaceful, but other times because I have close neighbors and a lot of activity going on, and I'm close to town. There's a lot of noise that filters in from town. I even hear music from some of the local bars and things. But even here up on the mountain, you'll hear a little bit of noise from the distant road, but it's very, very faint. I should have brought my binoculars. I've got a telephoto lens on my camera, but I just love watching the boats go around out there. So when they do the tours here, they call it a combo tour, looking for whales, but dolphins as well. They go around. You go around and you look for whales, but they take you out to Whale Rock, which is the big island out there. I'll show you in a little while, and they let you go swimming out there in the ocean, which is kind of cool. That seems to be turning into one of my catchphrases. Kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to start the show, even though it's not quite 11. Switch. Make sure I have my glasses with me. I've got my little monitor here to make sure I'm still connected to the internet. But I don't have a cup of coffee. That's bumming me out. I should go make a cup of coffee. And so we've been live for over an hour now. That's a record for me. And it's kind of fun in a place like this because like you do a live in a restaurant, you're a little bit I'm a little bit inhibited because there's people there and oh, are people looking at me? And they're not. They don't nobody cares. Nobody cares. But when you're here by yourself, it's like, oh, there's a quaddy looking at me over there, but that was about it. I'm tempted to go make coffee, but I don't want to leave you all hanging here. So I could get a mug and pretend to be drinking coffee. I guess I'll make coffee after this. The clouds are moving in a little bit, so I timed that pretty good. So let me get to my show notes. I can't function without a mouse. I'm not a fan of laptops. Laptops are great because they're convenient, but I just need to have my mouse. And I got my little track wheel on there. I'm lost without it. When I first came to Costa Rica, this is what I had. I just had my laptop and I was trying to edit video on that. After being used to 2 monitors, it just it didn't cut it. So I had to bring my monitors here and that's how I do it. Anyway, welcome to Costa Rica Story. Welcome to Costa Rica Story Live. And if you're new here, you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Ed. I make videos about Costa Rica and my life here in Costa Rica. And if you're a regular part of the Good Vibe Tribe, you already know that my name is Ed. You already know some of the crazy and silly things I do. One of the crazy, silly things I do is broadcast live from Del Congos. Del Congos is what is it? It's I want to call it a compound, but it's more of an estate. It's an estate up here on the mountain with 3 houses on it. And I have my choice of 3 houses here because they are open. It's not really the off season, but it kind of is. So there's availability here. And if you're interested in it, in Del Congos, running one of the places here, get a hold of me, and I could possibly I gotta get a hold of Del and see what kind of accommodations he can make for the people here at Costa Rica Story. And speaking of Del, a big shout out to Del. Del, thank you for letting me come up here and do my thing up here. It's as you know, it's a far cry from living down in the trenches down in Uvita. And people always say, oh, it'll be so cool to live on the beach. It's cool to visit on the beach. If you're going to live, I mean, even just come and stay. It's so much more refreshing up here than it is down in the beach. The beach area it's great to go to the beach, but it's nice to be able to retreat to your luxury retreat that I have up here as I'm living someone else's life up here on the mountain here at Del Congo. So thanks, Del, for letting me come up here. And if as a thank you to Del, make sure that you check his place out. It's for rent, and I think that you would enjoy your time up here. There's 3 places here. There's 3 houses, and I was mentioning before, It's like it'd be great if you were in a family or in a group and you all want to see each other. Maybe you're having a family reunion, but maybe some people get along better with the other people, and you could rent one house out for one group, one out for another group, or you could just come and stay in one little house here because the houses are so far apart here. There's privacy. You're not you have privacy from the other houses. They're not even close to each other here. It's walkable, but you're not in each other's space, so that's cool. I also want to thank Adrian. Adrian is the one that got me here, and he set me up, got me the Wi-Fi working, and everything is going great here. So thank you, Adrian. Adrian is the guy that keeps this place running. He's the property manager, and really cool guy. So thank you, Adrian. And since I'm thanking people, I want to thank my friend Sheila. My friend Sheila is here, and she was the first person to do the Uvita Day Adventure, and she's bought a place. She actually bought a place before she did the Uvita Day Adventure. So she's had a place here for a long time, but she's finally getting where she's moving in. She's got a bunch of her stuff. So the house had a bunch of furniture and things. And I have a lot of friends here, and she said, "You any of your friends need any furniture?" And she has some really, really nice furniture there. I mean, it wasn't new, but it was really nice. So she let my friends take a whole bunch of the furniture that she wasn't going to use because she's got all her own stuff that she's collected in her life, all her own furniture that she likes, and she bought a new couch and things. So she had this furniture, and instead of selling it, she just gave it away to my friends. So I thank you very much, Sheila. I appreciate that, and I look forward to having Sheila as a neighbor. She also has a pretty nice view. Maybe we'll do a live from her place. I want to do what they call an expat interview. I hate the term expat, but it does well in search engines. I don't like people from the States like to call themselves expat. Oh, I'm an expat going to the expat party, going to go to the expat retreat, blah, blah, blah. I think, we're gringos, accept it. We're gringos here. And, Costa Ricans refer to us really, if we'll say strangers. What is the word? I'm not even going to try to say the word, but and it's not in a derogatory way. But yeah, expat. I think expat's a silly, silly term. Yeah, along those same lines, I got somebody commented the other day on a video talking about the term gringo. He goes, "Is gringo like the N word, but for Americans?" And I was like, no, it's gringo isn't a derogatory term at all here. It depends on the context, I suppose, but no, gringo is what I like to be called gringo. I don't have a problem with that. And Costa Ricans like to be called tico, tica, tico for the guys, tica for the women, and it's not it's not derogatory in any way, shape, or form. So I thought I'd throw that out there. And also, I want to help you book your tours. This is what I need. I need you, if you are coming to Costa Rica, to book your tours through me, because this is going to help me sustain myself here. Because as I mentioned, YouTube is hard. Living in Costa Rica is hard. Uvita is super expensive to live here. It's an expensive place. It's a tourist town, so it's expensive. In Costa Rica in general, it's not, like 20 years ago, they talked about it being a cheaper place, and it's really not. It's not a cheap place to live. So book your tours. I've been working on this website for a long time on uvitaday.com tours. And if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you probably noticed I was promoting moving to Costa Rica more, which I can still help you with your move, but the promotion here, what I'm pushing more is the tours, because I think that there's more of a need for that, and there's more people that could take advantage of somebody helping them book their tours. So go to uvitaday.com/tours, or just go to uvitaday.com and go and click the tours button on the top. And this page is a work in progress, and I'm adding things to it as I go. There's a lot of local tour operators here I'm working with, but I am working on trying to get with bigger companies that do tours all throughout Costa Rica, up in the volcanoes, maybe the Caribbean, that kind of thing. So I'm working on that. So yes, I'm adding tours as I go. It's currently a work in progress. So whatever you do, if you're booking a tour here that you've seen me promoting, if you don't book it through me, make sure you tell them that Ed from Costa Rica Story sent you. Because that happens to me all the time with my friend Daniel. He'll say, some people came up and they said they came up because they saw a video that you did up here. Because I've done quite a few videos up at Café Don Emilio. It's a coffee plantation where they do coffee tours. But they book through somebody else, so I get no commission, and that's how I get my coffee. That's how I pay for my coffee is when people book tours. I drink a lot of coffee. So always make sure, tell them Ed from Costa Rica sent you, as we see that ticking down below. Also, uvitaday.com. That's my main website where things, the businesses I'm offering, consulting that I do. And of course, the Uvita Day Adventure. I haven't had an Uvita Day Adventure in a while, so I need somebody to come here and do that because it's a battery recharger for me, taking people around on the Uvita Day Adventure. I also do online and in-person consultations. So the big news here in Uvita right now is whale season is on. It's on like Donkey Kong. They're seeing a lot of whales out there, and if you come here, you're probably going to see a whale. And you can book the tours through me, get a hold of me at the website. Let me see if I got to turn that ticker off. How do I turn that off? Turn off the ticker. There we go. Learning as I go here, refreshing my memory and how this works. So yeah, the current whale season is July through October. That's the southern migration. That's one of the two migrations we have here in Uvita. And there's another one in mid-December through February. That's the northern migration. But right now it is the southern migration, and also in September, the Festival of the Whales and Dolphins. And there's a link to that down in the description. There's a lot of cool things going on with that. There's all kinds of different festivities. There's mountain bike riding. They'll have dances, and that'll be linked down in the description. They can show you better than I can verbalize. So it's linked down in the description down below. So I've got a question for you all that are watching right now. And where do you plan on visiting here in Costa Rica? I know a lot of people pass up Uvita because they're focused on, all the tours seem focused more on the cloud forest and the volcanoes and the Caribbean side. So a lot of people miss out on the Uvita area. So I'm just curious to see where y'all are going to. And one last show note, let me see if I can at this banner. So rental cars. So I was helping people out with rental cars for a while, where I was actually taking the reservations, and it got to be such a time suck. I was getting emails constantly about people wanting quotes, and 80% of the time, people are just looking for a quote. They're not looking to book. And I wasn't making much money compared to the time that I had spent with that. So I can still send you to, a company to help you for a good rental car, but I'm no longer like fielding these replies. It got to be kind of crazy. I built a form. I thought it was a great form. It had all the proper information. But it's amazing. Most people fill it out just fine, but I was talking to somebody the other day saying, 90% of the people are great. 10% of the people, they create all the work for you. They make it that much harder for you to do anything because they don't follow directions. They don't read the emails completely. But I'm not going to complain about that. But if you want to rent a car, You can still rent a car through one of the places I suggest. What I wanted to do with the car rental company, I just wanted to send traffic their way. I didn't want to, work in an office taking reservations, especially for the little amount of money that I was making doing that. So yeah, if you need to rent a car, go to uvitaday.com, and there's a place that's on the menu. It's on the menu of things to click. So yeah, the clouds have moved in a little bit. I want to get to the comments here. We got a couple comments. Hey, James, how you doing? Yeah, James is old school. James was part of the old crew. Like every Thursday at 7:15 a.m. at the Down Roger restaurant, we would meet. We would meet, and we'd meet on camera. James was one of the originals. Speaking of and James has done the Uvita Day Adventure. We had a blast on the Uvita Day Adventure. Speaking of originals, there he is, the man himself. Don Simple Life in Costa Rica, Senior Don. Yeah, there's my Canadian Tico friend. And Don, let's put some pressure on Don, because Don, he's got a YouTube channel, but we're waiting for the first video. He's got a lot of stuff filmed, but I don't know. Lo siento, he's having breakfast at the Dome with a friend. Hasta luego. So yeah, the Dome is when I first got here, people talked about the Dome. I'm like, what is this, like a stadium or something? But the Dome is a little restaurant. It's actually in Bahia. It's just after you cross the bridge into Uvita, it's the Dome. And it's they have a drive-through there, but they've got, as you may know or not know, I'm not a food connoisseur, but they've got some really good French fries there. And they've got a lot of different foods there, but French fries is what I focus on, right? So what I'm going to do now, since I've gone through all my show notes, I just want to say one more time about booking your tours. Book your tours with me, because it helps me out. I'm trying to eke out a living here, and I tell you what, it's been pretty tough lately. I'm putting on the brave face, but I may not be able to go to the gym. I may not be able to do my gym membership next week when I have to do it, because it's a choice between my gym membership and gas. So I want to help you book your tours. Help me. Maybe I can go back to the gym. If seriously, it doesn't take, when you book a tour through me, it doesn't cost you any more, and the commission comes out of the tour operator's end. So go to uvitaday.com, and you can go to uvitaday.com or uvitaday.com/tours. But if you could just go to uvitaday.com, you'll see book tours in the menu, and I'm working on that page. It's in progress. It's hard because I get a ton of emails. I've got my emails turned off now, but I'll be working on the computer. I get people emailing me about different things, and a lot of times it's not stuff I can help people with. So yeah. Anyway, I get a lot of people emailing me that you're only supposed to be emailing me if you want to do some business with you. Maybe you want to book a tour. Maybe you want to do the Uvita Day Adventure. Maybe you want to book a consultation. But I get people all the time, like, oh, hey, yeah, I was wondering if you could let me know about this, and this. And I do videos about that, a lot of different things. I don't want to go down this road too much, but I do videos to help you out, and I do the best I could. But if you're going to need that next level of service where you're asking me, about your own personal things, other than booking tours, if you're booking tours, I can help you with that. Or if you'd like to come and do the Uvita Day Adventure, or you want a consultation. But if you want to if you want a consultation, it's one of the things I offer. It's not something that I can actually just like. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. If you want to book a tour with me, please do that because I need to make money here. I'm gonna I'm gonna put my shoes on and I'm gonna flip you out to the sea, and we're gonna try to walk around Del Congos. So I appreciate everybody that's been hanging on for so long because this live stream's been over an hour so far. So that's a record. But just I know that a lot of you will be watching on the replay, the live replay. But what we're gonna do. So what's gonna happen now? So what we're gonna do now is we're going to try to test the boundaries of the uh, of the. I probably should bring my laptop with me. I probably should bring my phone with me. So we're test the boundaries of the Wi-Fi here. I want to show you Del Congos because it's a pretty cool place. So this is we're down here at the pool, just hanging out. But what I want to do now, we'll see if the Wi-Fi can carry us from building to building. I don't know. They must have a repeater here somewhere. This is where the Coati was hanging out just a little bit ago. So that's the white building down here. There's a lot of really cool plants planted here. I love the landscaping. But as you can see, it's kind of steep. So I don't know if this is going to cut out. We'll see. I'm not used to Wi-Fi that can carry this far. So let's look. So I don't drop my laptop. That's what they're doing. That's the joke I like to see. Be hearing because that. Today, we lost some people. There's still some people hanging out. So apparently between buildings, we lost the stream. Oh, I just had a spider up. That was a big one. Do I have a spider on my head? That wouldn't be the first time. Whew. Thank you to the 9 people that still stayed. 10 people, they're back. So we're at the upper house here at Del Congos. This is the one with the cool slide. I don't know. It's tough when you have to make choices like that, right? So this is the second house at Del Congos. So we lost transmission, but we're still connected. I almost gave up on that. I don't dare try to go over to the other house. But for now, we have this little cool stairway to climb. And if the clouds didn't just come back in again, I would be able to show you the awesome view here. The view here is actually even better because you're up just a little bit higher. Beautiful downtown Uvita behind me here at Del Congos. I'm holding on to the railing because I don't want to fall. I also don't want to drop the laptop. So this place is available. There's availability for August. Yeah, we're into August, right? There's a little slide. And the other place that we were broadcasting from earlier is down through the trees down there. So you can see there's privacy from the other house here. So this is a cool little area behind there. I'll show you. What didn't do anything? Okay. Far enough, right? And we made it back. So this is like a little. This is what you call a suicide shower. It's kind of electric on demand. It's kind of a misnomer. I don't know if anybody that's actually been killed by one, but maybe that's happened. But it's a cool little spot to take a shower if you're so inclined. So there's quite a few rooms in this place. I don't know how many. I probably should know that. But this is Del Congos. I live in a shoebox. I'm going to I'll do a video on Del Congos, and I'll show you some of the other in between kind of things. Is there? Oh, starting to rain. Getting a little bit of rain coming. As it is Uvita. It is Costa Rica. Sometimes it rains. Let me go check. If you're just tuning in, where are you tuning in from? All right. Do we have the same people or we have new people? One of my purposes of doing the lives is to let people know I can help you book your tours. I'm building a business helping people book their tours. I know a lot of tour companies personally, and I don't have my mouse with me, so it's kind of hard for me to. Okay. So I don't know. So which house do you guys like better? You like the first house better, or you like this house better? I think this one's locked, but can't explore inside. But outside is so nice here. Inside is nice too. There's just so much space here. It's so foreign to me. I don't know. It's going to be weird for me sleeping tonight because I'm sleeping in the lower house, and it's such a big space. I'm not really used to that. I have a small apartment. and I sleep in the smallest room in my apartment. So this will be a big change. There's a spider web I ran into. Wow, that's a big spider. So it's good to see a few of the old viewers from we had a bat up there. So we have a lot of bat caca down there. What do you call that? Bat guano. Bat guano. So yeah, the weather changes really. And try to do it earlier in the morning. So I'll set that up pretty soon. Just- Oh, I didn't know if I lost you or not. I think there's better reception down at the other one. Hey Russ, how you doing? How are things in Hotlanta? I, I need to get. I want to do a new Uvita Day Adventure reel of some of the people that have done the Uvita Day Adventure, and I need to get more. A lot of the people I didn't get video from. Was like I did some when I just got through being sick. I really I had all I could do to do the tours, so I didn't really have my camera with me. So if you've got video or even still photos, and you did the Uvita Day Adventure, you can send them to me so I can include you in the next update I do for that. How is the dating situation there for expats? Well, that could be a whole video in itself. It's just like anywhere else, really. It's just you get what you put out. If you're a nice person, you're going to get nice vibes back, kind of thing. It really is no different than anywhere else, other than the fact the biggest thing in dating here is the language barrier. And if you don't have any Spanish knowledge at all, having this in between you and the person that you're trying to talk to, it's tough. It's like having a third person in a relationship. I definitely, I've thought about doing a video on this topic, but it just seems to bring out the worst in people when I talk about some of the dates I've had. I've had some good dates. I've had some bad dates. I've had some really good dates. I've had a lot of people that I dated that are now my friends, which it's a great way to meet people, I guess. But it's other than the language and maybe some cultural stuff, it's no different than anywhere else because people are people, no matter where you go. I will say here in Uvita, social media is people seem to be on social media a lot. So if you're dating, social media comes into play with that. So, a lot of people are super involved in social media. Muchas gracias, Russ. Yeah, because I like to. It's sometimes when I'm doing the. I don't like to say doing. Sometimes when we're together experiencing the Uvita Day Adventure, I try not to do too much camera work because it takes us out of the moment. But it's nice to have video of the experience because it's nice to have those remembrances. And some people don't like it. Some people don't want that. And if you're coming to do a tour with me, we don't have to do that. You just let me know ahead of time. I'm like, no cameras. Some people for their jobs and things, they don't want to be on social media in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, it's an optional thing. You don't have to, but it's fun. We have some really good memories of experiences in the Uvita Day Adventure. Whenever I watch the reels, I always smile, thinking, "Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a good time." It's funny, the caves at Ventanas lately have been really super full of water. So they're earlier, like all of last year and the year before, the sea was really calm, and you can get in way into Ventanas quite a bit. Now it's like even at low tide, you can't get way in there sometimes. Most of the time, and it's the sea's just been rougher this year. And also, speaking of rough seas, I want to do what kind of bird is that? Oh, a big toucan. There's toucans and aracari they see here. But yeah, I want to do another video with the lifeguards here because they have a very important job here, and they're very underfunded. And I always put a link to the Costa Ballena lifeguards down in the description. So check that out. So I don't know if we should just end it up here, or whether I should try to go a little farther. And if I can make it to the other house, we can make it. If we can, we can. I don't know. Well, so what I'm going to do. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to try to make it to the other house, the third house, because we've already been to two. And if we lose connection, we'll call it a day, and that will be the last of today's broadcast. But look for another video tomorrow, another live tomorrow. We'll try to do another live stream tomorrow, and do it in the morning. And I'll have some coffee. So I didn't have any coffee this morning. I did have coffee this morning, but not during the video. So we're going to try to walk to the smaller house. And if we lose connection, we'll just end the stream, and it'll only be an hour and 40 minutes. So let's try to walk over to the littler building. Ooh, it's raining. Oh no, I thought it was raining. That was the sound of the spider web on my hat. So the main reason why I started the stream early was because the view changes really fast. Supposed to start it. It would have been wouldn't have seen as much of the whale tail. All right, so here we are. We're trying to go over to the other building. This is the smaller of the three. It's still 3 times the size of my apartment, but and we're still connected, so that's good. A lot of toucans up here. You know what they say? If one can't, two can. People call those dad jokes. I call them uncle jokes. So this is the smaller of the three. Oh, we actually made it out here. And this is cool. This is a nice little. It just seems like more of a little romantic getaway kind of a thing. So, and if normally there's a view, now there's a little bit of fog, a lot of fog. But this is the smaller of the buildings here. But he's got some really cool fruit trees here. All right, I got a question. Well, these spider webs kind of freak me out. There's a Anyway, I'm not going to bother his web. Does anybody know what these are called? This fruit? I have a friend from Baruca that she carves these. Actually, I know what they are. I just can't remember the name now. So if anybody knows what they are, let me know. Dang it. I know what these are. I just can't bring it to the forefront. I'm not sure what these are. The citrus family is complicated in Costa Rica because they call what you might call a lime, they call a lemon. Ooh, man, there's a lot of spider webs here. I don't want to break anybody's house. I know it's. Oh, if my friend Dirk was watching, he'd be laughing because Dirk raises tarantulas, and Dirk's a regular. He used to always be there for the lives at Don Roger. But Dirk's coming here to Costa Rica again. He's been here many, many times. He's a great photographer. He's got a YouTube channel called Dirk's Wild World. There's a bananos. Got bananos going here. And they call bananas bananos. They give it the male ending. So this has been an interesting live. It's good for me to get my feet wet again, so to speak, doing the live streams. But I'm going to wrap it up here. So like it if you liked it. What do I say? Thanks. Oh, let me show you the star fruit. I'm like a kid running around here. But there's some star fruit, which is a cool fruit. So thanks for coming along with me on this little tour of Del Congo. And if you want to rent a place here at Del Congo, we have availability for the month of August. So make sure you check that out. And I'll ask Del more of the particulars about that. So that's all I've got for this edition of Costa Rica Story Live. Like if you liked it, share if you want to, but most importantly, I've got the ending recorded, so I don't even do that anymore. So thanks for watching Costa Rica Story Live, and I'm going to end the live stream now. And check out tomorrow. I might have one tomorrow. Let me just check one more time for comments. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I got everything. Wait. Linda, I got you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. All right. That's all I've got for this edition of Costa Rica Story. Hasta luego.